Ừ, heo nướng, heo nướng. Đúng, and then the link in the bio. Oh, we are just P5. Today we are working on Sec 1 math. There'll be Kahoot later. Okay, we'll be starting the live. Work on this worksheet now. Let's look at the first question. Has anyone tried the first question? Write down the prime numbers. We have root 5, 1, cube root of 125, negative 0.5 with recurring 5, pi over 2, 22 over 7, and 3 over 4. So prime numbers is opposite of composite numbers. And only has two factors. So the two factors will be 1 and itself. So take note here that 1 is not a prime number because itself cannot be 1. Okay? If number 1 only has one factor, so it's not two factors. Okay? So the only prime number here would be cube root of 125 because this is equals to 5. 1 is not a prime number. As long as the number is not whole number, it's definitely not a prime number. Okay? So the answer will be cube root of 125. Okay? Those who are done with B can write down your answer for me. What's your answer for B? I think you can get the worksheets in the link in our bio. You can try and print it out. Okay. Can we move on to question part B? Write down the irrational numbers. So what are irrational numbers? Irrational number is opposite of rational numbers. So what kind of numbers are rational? It can be fractions, decimals, whole numbers, and recurring numbers. Okay. Yeah, pi over 2 is one of it. Any other irrational numbers here? Pi over 2 is one of the answer. So one whole is a whole number. 5 is also a whole number. Negative 0.5, recurring 5, so it's a recurring number, so it's out. 22 over 7 and 3 over 4, they are fractions, so they're also rational numbers. So we are left with root 5 and pi over 2. Okay, square root 5 and pi over 2. Negative 0.5, negative 0.5, that's recurring 5, right? It's a recurring number. So it's a rational number. It can be left as fraction. Okay? Can you all see? Those who are done can try question 2. Okay, send in your answers for question 2. Anyone done with question 2? Okay, let's move on to question 2. Solving the equation. So we have 4x plus 8 equals to 2x minus 20. So we want to leave unknown on one side. So we can minus 2x on both sides, such that my unknown will only be left on the left-hand side. So 4x minus 2x, I'm left with 2x plus 8 equals to negative 20. No, x is not 6. You can try again. Okay, then we want the number on the left-hand side. So we subtract by 8 on both sides to remove the number. So we left with 2x equals to negative 28. Negative 20 minus 8 is negative 28. Okay. Then we have x equals to divide by 2 on both sides to get x. So we get negative 14. Can we are working on set 1 math. If you are P5, you can also take a look. Sure, that's good. Then when it comes to set 1, it will be easier for you. Can you hear me? Is it clearer like that? Okay, you left out the negative sign. That's how you got 6. Anyone can't hear me clearly? Okay. Yep, I'm Miss Angeline. Where do you know me from? Sorry, why divide? You divide by 2 so that you are finding x, because they want you to solve the equation, means they want you to find the unknown x. So 2x, when you divide by 2, you left with x. Yep. I'm teacher Angeline. All okay? Can I move on to part B? When you're done with part B, you can send in your answers for part B. Since daycare, which daycare? Okay, let's evaluate this. Negative 3, 5 minus 2 bracket plus bracket 2 minus 3 times 5. So we always have to deal with the bracket first. So we have negative 3 times 3 plus 2 minus. We can deal with this bracket also. 3 times 5 is 15. Next, negative 3 times 3, we have negative 9 plus 2 minus 15 is negative 13. So we are left with negative 9 plus negative 13. Yeah, those who got negative 22 is correct. Anyone, any question? It's question 2B. Negative 3 times 3, we get negative 9. So when you expand out the bracket, we have negative 3. Bracket 3 means negative 3 times 3. That's how we get negative 9 here. Next question will be question 3. Anyone done with question 3 can send in your answer. This is question 2B. Can I move on to question 3? Okay. In the diagram below, AEC and BED are straight lines. AB and BC are equal in length. Angle ABE equals to 27 degrees and angle DEC equals to 95 degrees. Stating our reasons clearly, find angle ACB. Okay, so they want this angle ACB here. So firstly, what we can do is, we know that angle AEB equals to 95 degrees due to vertically opposite angles. Okay, so here is 95 degrees. So when they are asking for angle ACB, it's actually equals to angle BAC, as they are the base angles, in an isosceles triangle. Okay, so it's equals to 180 degrees minus 27 degrees minus 95 degrees, using sum of angles in a triangle. Okay, so you should get 58 degrees. 2013, you're in sec 1. You're 20 something years old now. '24. Okay, do you get this answer? I think you met the wrong person. I didn't teach in Little Footprints Daycare before. You sure you don't know what's a reflex angle? Part B, angle ABC. So what they want is this angle here. So let's say you have this angle. An angle is formed by two straight lines, right? So this is your acute angle. Then the reflex angle will be here. Here will be the reflex angle. Okay? So do you want to try? What do you get for the reflex angle? You have to find what is the angle ABC first. Yeah, correct, 296. Okay, so we can find angle ABC first using sum of angles in an isosceles triangle. So we take 180 degrees minus the two base angle, which is 58 degrees that we found in A. So it's 64 degrees. Then with that, we can find reflex angle ABC. Using angles at a point. Okay, then we get 296 degrees. Yep, I see quite a few correct answers here. Those are done, can move on to question 4. Today we'll be working on the Sec 1 math. Because for Sec 2 math, a lot of students have yet to start on Sec 2. Okay, let's move on to question 4. Express 300 as a product of its prime factors. Give your answer in index notation. So index notation means you live in terms of the prime factors with the powers. So what you do here is prime factorization for 300. So you keep dividing by prime numbers. So you can divide by 2 first. 300 divided by 2, you get 150. It's still an even number, so you still can divide by 2. 150 divided by 2, you get 75. After which 75, you can divide by 3, you get 25. Then 25 divided by 5, you get 5. So you divide all the way until you get 1. So here are all the prime factors of 300. Okay, so 300 is equals to 2 times 2 times 3 times 5 times 5. This is not an index notation. We have to leave it in terms of the powers. So there's 2 here. So 2 to the power of 2 times 3 times 5 to the power of 2. So we have 2 squared times 3 times 5 squared. So this is in index notation. Okay. Any question? Those are done with part B. Can give me your answers for part B. When you live in prime factors, 1 is not a prime number, remember? So you can't write 1. This is a bit different from primary math whereby you write them in, when they are asking for factors of 300. When you're talking about factors, yes, 2 and 150 are factors of 300. But now they are asking for prime factors. So you have to take note of the difference here. Can we move on to part B? Written as a product of its prime factors. So they tell you that 2750 is 2 times 5 to the power of 3 times 11. Find the lowest common multiple of 300 and 2750. So when they're asking for the lowest common multiple, we will always take the highest power of all the prime factors. Okay, so from part A, we know that 300 is 2 squared times 3 times 5 squared. So when we finding the LCM, when there is no prime factor of 3, we can add in 3 to the power of 0. Anything to the power of 0 is equals to 1. Okay, so same for 300 is also actually like times 11 to the power of 0 because there's the factor of 11 here. So when we are taking the highest power of 2 is 2. The highest power of 3 is 1. Okay, from 300 times the highest power of 5 is 3 times the highest power of 11 is 1. And then we multiply out everything, we get 16,500. Hello. And anyone try part C? They're asking for the smallest possible integer k such that 2750 over k is a perfect cube. So perfect cube, they want the power to be in multiples of 3. So we want 2750 over k equals to, since it's divided by k means the factors must be lesser than 2750, whereby they already give you the factors here. Okay, so if it's 2 to the power of 1, we'll drop the 2. We have 5 to the power of 3, so we can have 5 to the power of 3. 11 is to the power of 1, so we'll drop the 11. Okay, so this means that my 2750 is 2 times 5 to the power of 3 times 11. Divided by k, you left with 5 to the power of 3, meaning my k needs to be 2 and 11. So that when I divide by it, I'll be left with 5 to the power of 3. Sorry, what do you mean by 2750 divided by 3 divided by 3 divided by 3? They're talking about perfect cube, means they want the powers to be 3 or multiples of 3. It can be 0 because 0 it's just 1. Anything that's to the power of 0 is 1. That's why we dropped it. Perfect cube. Cube means like, let's say we have 2 times 2 times 2, 3 times. So this is 2 to the power of 3. So 2 to the power of 3 is a perfect cube, which also means it is a perfect cube number. And so on. So the power is always in multiples of 3 in order for it to be a perfect cube. Okay? So k is 22. So when we divide 2750 by k, we're left with 5 to the power of 3, which we will get 125, which is a perfect cube. Okay. Anyone try question 5? It's on percentage. Yep. You have to make use of part B. Because you are playing with the prime factors of 2750. You want the prime factors to have the power of either 0 or multiples of 3. Okay. Question 5. Store ABC sells a laptop at $3,600, inclusive of 7% GST. Find the price of the laptop before GST. Correct to the nearest dollar. So this is inclusive. Inclusive means this pricing is 100% plus 7%. Yep. So this is 107%. 107% is 3,600. When we are finding before GST is always the 100%. So we did 3,600 divided by 107 times the 100. Yep, don't forget to multiply by 100. So when round off to the nearest dollar, you get 3,364. Yes, I see a lot of correct answer. Well done. Those students can give me an answer for question 5B. Yep. Per annum means per year. Down payment means the very initial amount that you pay for. The first payment. Sorry, which number? This is related to question 5. So James decided to buy the laptop on hire purchase with these terms: a down payment of 25%, and then the remaining amount to be paid in monthly installments over 2 years at simple interest rate of 3.5% per annum. They ask you to find his monthly installment correct to the nearest 10. So firstly, you have to find what is the down payment. This laptop cost $3,600. Yeah, they already tell you here. This is question 5. Okay. So you have to find the amount for down payment. The down payment is 25%. So the first payment that he made is 3,600 times 25%. So he paid $900 first. Then we can find the remaining amount. So technically the remaining amount is 75%. So the laptop cost 3,600. You minus away $900 that he has already paid. He needs to pay a balance of 2,700. And then this remaining amount is paid in monthly installments. Take note, it's paid for 2 years, and then the simple interest rate is 3.5% per year only. So we have to find what is the total amount of interest that he needs to pay for 2 years in total. So 3.5% is 3.5 over 100 times the amount that he took the loan for, 2,700 times 2 years. Don't forget to multiply by 2. So the total interest that you'll be paying for the 2 years is $189. Okay. With that, we can find the total monthly installment that you'll be paying over the 2 years. don't forget to add the principal amount, 2,700. Then add the interest. So this this amount that he paid the monthly installment for 2 years is for 24 months, 24 times, because there's 24 months in 2 years. So for you to find the monthly installment, you have to divide by 24. Correct to the nearest tenth. Okay. Anyone done with question 6? 6A? Want to try? Yes, 12 is correct. Well done. Can I move on? A survey was conducted on a class of 40 students to find out their favorite food. The results are represented on the given pie chart. Find the number of students whose favorite food is burgers. So you know that burger is 108 degrees. The pie chart, the total is always 360 degrees. So we take 108 degree, divide by 360 degree, times the class of 40 students, we get 12. So 12 students, their favorite food is burger. Okay. Yep, part B correct. 54 is correct. Well done. Yeah, part A is 12. Good, that's easy. Next, we find the value of x for part B. So we can form an equation here. Chicken rice is 90 degrees, a right angle. So we add all the values up. We have 2x plus 90 plus 108. The total must be 360. Yep, x is 54, correct. Then we simplify this. 3x plus 198 equals to 360. After we simplify, we want unknown on one side. So we minus 198 on both sides. We get 3x equals to 162. Then to find the value of x, we divide by 3. Okay, so x equals to 54. Part C, given that 5 new students joined the class and they chose chicken rice as their favorite food. Calculate the new angle on the pie chart representing the number of students who chose chicken rice. Yep, correct. Okay, so chicken rice is right angle, so a quarter times the total number of students is 40. So initially there's 10 students who chose chicken rice as their favorite food. 5 new students joined and they all like chicken rice, so 10 plus 5. 15 is the new total number of students who like chicken rice. And then the new total number of students will be 40 plus 5, 45. So 15 out of 45, 360 degrees. We'll get 120 degrees. Well done. Okay. Those who are done can take a few minutes break, maybe around 4 minutes. We'll start our Kahoot at 7:45. Yep, that's Kahoot. The gifts will be random. The top 3 will be receiving gifts, but you remember to screenshot, okay? So it'll be easier for those who join to win. You can try. See if you're lucky enough or not. Wow. You're a P5 and you're... I think it's still quite okay. Technically, step 1 math is not really difficult. Yes, there's Kahoot. The Kahoot will start at 7:45. So if you're a top 3 winner, please remember to screenshot your results and then claim your gifts by sending us the screenshot. That's nice. The Kahoot is based on set 1 math, so it's a recap for you. Oh, wow. Which A grader center are you in? Ah, okay. The income building. Is it? Oh. Yeah, yeah, on all our life. I'm teaching set 1 and set 2 math online. Can you see the Kahoot? The pin is 1408530. Wow, Central. It's okay, we can wait a little while. The lesser the people, the higher chance of winning, right? It'll be random gifts, but I think should be quite similar to what you all have received it for previously. Okay, can we begin? I assume no one is joining, yeah? Okay, good luck. I think you'll have a higher chance of winning now. Yeah, because now it's school holiday. Usually people don't watch live. Okay, they're asking for the seventh term. Okay, so you can see that 1, 4, 9, and 16, they are all square numbers. So when they want the seventh term, you take 7 square. Okay, is the number 98 part of sequence in question 1? Well done. Okay, so 98 is not part of the sequence in question 1 because 98 is not a square number, like I said just now. The sequence are all square numbers. Express 540 as a product of its prime factors, leaving your answer in index notation. For secondary math, you can always use calculator. Okay. So when you leave in index notation means 540 is 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 5. So you combine the two twos together to become 2 square, 3 threes together to become 3 cube. Okay. Find the highest common factor here. Okay, so when they're asking for the highest common factor, you have to take the lowest power. So knowing that 1848 is 2 cubed times 3 times 7 times 11, so the highest common factor between 540 and 1848, the lowest power of 2, base 2 is 2, the lowest power of 3 is 1. That's why we take 2 square times 3 equals to 3. Okay, that's the difference between highest common factor and lowest common multiple. If you are finding lowest common multiple, then you will take the highest power. I already give you all the hint just now. Okay. So finding the lowest common multiple between the two numbers, we are taking the highest power here. So the highest power of 2 is 3. The highest power of 3 is 3. The highest power of 5 is 1. The highest power of 7 is 1. And the highest power of 11 is also 1. So they didn't ask you to leave in index notation. You always multiply everything up and then leave the answer in terms of numbers. I think that's around 8 questions. Okay. Find the smallest possible integer k such that 1848k is a perfect square. So you need to remember the prime factors of 1848 that you see just now. Wow. Okay, so for it to be a perfect square, I want my powers to be even numbers. Okay, so I want 1848k to be equals to 2 to the power of 4. So because it's multiplied by k, your 1848k must have more factors than 1848. Okay, must have more prime factors, or rather number must be bigger. Okay, so we want the powers to be even numbers. So 2 to the power of 4, 3 to the power of 2, 7 to the power of 2, and 11 to the power of 2 times. Oh, sorry, you can ignore that k there. So your k must be, sorry, because I think I was spacing, right, should be go to the next line, but I think went to the next line. So k must be equals to 2 times 3 times 7 times 11. Whatever that, after you take out the factors of 1848, and then when you multiply them together, you get 462. Okay, 2 more questions. Expand and simplify. As per just now, I think you are in the second position. Only one person got it right. Okay. So same thing, I think the spacing got some issue here. Wait, let me see. Okay, so 6a plus 2b minus 2 bracket 3a minus 7b. So what we do is we take negative 2 multiply into 3a and negative 7b first. We'll get 6a plus 2b. So negative 2 times 3a, we get negative 6a. Negative 2 times negative 7b, we get positive 14b. Then we simplify from here. 6a minus 6a, we get nothing. And then 2b plus 14b, we get 16b. So the answer should be 16b. Okay? Because only one of you got this, right? Is it by luck? Or you solve on your own? Okay, last question. Solve for the unknown. Okay, so we have 5 times 1 minus 3a equals to negative 9 negative a. So what we do here is we multiply the 5 into 1 and negative 3a. Then we get 5 minus 5 times negative 3a, we get negative 15a equals to negative a minus a. Then what we do is we plus 15a on both sides. When we plus 15a on both sides, we will remove unknown from one side. So we are left with 5 equals to negative 9 plus 14a. So we also want to remove the negative 9 on the other side. So we plus 9 on both sides. That's how we're left with 14a equals to 14. Okay, then you divide by 14 on both sides. You get a equals to 1. Okay. So let's look at the podium. Gerard. WL, yeah, we had a second. Congrats. You finally win something. Number 1 is YS. Okay, do take a screenshot. For the top 3, please take a screenshot so that you can claim your gifts. I will show the how to claim the gifts again. Give me a while. So you can DM us on TikTok or send it to this number here. Please write it down. Hmm? It's gone already. Anyone has the screenshot? The top 3 should have the screenshot. Maybe you can send it to him or her. Let me see if I have the report. Okay. But I think they still want the screenshot of your winning actually. But if you use the same name, I think you can try. Don't you have it in your phone, actually? You should screenshot from your phone, the winning one. It's not from my screen, actually. Because your screen your phone will, or your devices will show that you get which place. Means you back, you press back or something, right? It should be on your phone actually. Okay. Because it won't show on my screen. My screen will only show the podium. Okay, that's all for today's live. Maybe you can try taking the screenshot of this. Since you're, make sure when you text us using the TikTok account, when you send us the screenshot using your account in TikTok, right? It has the same name. I think you're using the same name here. So I think it's, you can try sending us this screenshot on my screen. Donna, I take it away first. Because it shows that you are first here. You can see. You try screenshot this. Can? Okay, I'll end the live here. I see you all next week. Next Thursday. And y'all can join the live for tomorrow, P5 man. Okay, there's a TikTok live for P5 math tomorrow at 7 p.m. Bye bye.